Number 11. Chords AB and CD intersect at R. Using the values shown in the diagram, what represents the measure of RB? Okay, we have, looking for RB, so let's put an X there. And the rule is when they intersect inside the circle, we multiply the pieces. So we're going to multiply 2 times X, and that will equal 3 times 5. So 2X equals 15. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 7.5. And that's what we're looking for, so our answer is 7.5. Number 12. When inscribed in a certain circle, ABC intercepts arcs shown in the diagram. What represents the measure of angle BAC? BAC is this angle over here, so put an X there. And let's see. Okay. For arc 140 right here, that is intercepted by angle ACB. So if that's 140, to find the measure of this angle here, we're going to divide by 2, and that will be 70. So we're going to put 70 right here. This arc over here is 180. And let's change color for this one. Let's get this arc is 180. And that is going back to this angle right here. So if we do 180 divided by 2, that would be 90. So this is 90 right here. Together we have 90 plus 70, which is 160. And we know that triangles add up to 180, so 180 minus 160 equals 20. So the measure of angle BAC is 20. Measure of angle BAC equals 20 degrees. And let's go back to red. That's number 12. Number 13. TV is the diameter of circle Z. What represents the value of X? Okay, well, again, they intersect inside the circle, so we're going to multiply the pieces times each other. We've got 8 times X equals, this is 10, and this is 10 here. So, we're going to need to find this piece right here. So since we've got a radius here, we can put 10 right there. We know X is going to be 8, so let's just put an 8 there. And that's really all we need for this one. So X equals 8. Number 14. AP is equal to 8, PC is equal to 4. What represents the measure of AB? So AP, this distance here, is 8. PC from here to here is 4. What represents the measure of AB? So we're going to put X here. Okay, so this time we have a tangent and a secant. So the secant we're still going to do exterior times the whole thing, which is 8x times 8 will equal the tangent squared, 4 squared. So 8 times x is 8x, 4 squared is 16, divided by 8, x equals 2. And let's see, x equals 2, but that isn't our answer because we wanted to find AB. So AB is going to equal 8 minus 2, which equals 6. Very important to make sure that you answer the question before you move on. Number 15. TW's diameter of circle X, and TW is parallel to UV. The measure of TU is 25. What represents the measure of UV? This arc. Well, if this is the diameter, we know all three of these are going to add up to 180. And since these are parallel, this is going to be 25 down here. So we're going to subtract 50 from 180, and that would give us 130. So the measure of arc UV is 130 degrees. Number 16. What represents a radius of the circle? Okay, a radius is anything that goes from the center to the outside. We've got three of them here. I'm just going to pick one. X, A. What represents a chord of the circle? A chord is anything that has both endpoints on the circle. Now remember, diameter is a chord, so we could pick AB or we can pick AC. I'm going to pick AC. What represents a tangent in the circle? Tangent is a line segment that intersects the circle at only one point, and the only one of those we have is line DB. So it would be line DB. 19. Point C is at the center of the circle at the right. What represents the value of X? Well, since this is at the center, it's a central angle. And we know the central angle here is going to be the same as the arc, so this is 72. And these two angles are going to have to add up to 180, so if we do 180 minus 72, that gives us 108 for X. And we'll put degrees on that. 20 says, what represents the measure of angle ABC? ABC, well, we need to find this arc. Then we can cut it in half, and that will give us our answer. So first we'll add 120 plus 100 together. This is 220. The circle is 360. Subtract 220 from that. Gives us 140 for the arc. And if we divide that by 2, that gives us 70 for the measure angle A, B, C. There's 70 degrees. And that is number 11 through 20 of your Unit 10 sample test.